Hi everybody. It is September the 16th, Saturday, 11:30. And my 11:30 dog is here, and I will show you who he is. It's a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel, and he is a super happy guy. He's a little overdue, so he's going to have a lot of hair. Let me show you who his neighbor is. The little Shih Tzu, he's ready to go. His father does not like bandanas, so he has to go home naked. But there he is. He's so cute. Look at that big underbite. All right, we're going to get in the bathtub. All right, here he is. Happy as usual. Gonna wet him down and load him up with some shampoo. I got him on this little storage bucket with holes drilled in it to raise him up. All right, I'm just heating the water up. These spaniels, some of them have a very thick coat. So you have to use lots of shampoo to make sure that they get clean, because there's like a film, an oily layer over their hair to protect them. And they won't get clean if you just slap a little shampoo on and then rinse it off. You've really got to get in there next to their skin. And it's thick. Their ears are very thick. I don't know if people wash their dogs between grooms, so he may not have had a bath in 2 months. So you know he's dirty. Make sure I get his feet really good. His legs. Underneath. I got him loaded up with conditioner. I got it all over. I got his face washed, his head washed, his tail. So I'm going to rinse all this off. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to put some conditioner on him, rinse that off, and then start blow drying him. And he's good for everything. He's always happy. He comes in wagging his tail. He's a great dog. All right, now it's going to get blow dried. As you can see, all right, as you can see, this coat takes forever to dry. Even though I've been blow drying her in the back, he is still soaking wet. So I'm going to finish drying him out here. And there is my fan. I'm going to put a fan on him to dry the front end, because I don't like blowing him in the face with the air. You turn that on. That's going to dry his front while I start blow drying his back end. And as you can see, he's used to it and he does not mind a bit. Well, if he minds, he doesn't complain, so that's okay. All right, he's still soaking wet because this dog is not going to dry. And on top of that, I'm going to spray him with a little conditioner to make him even more wet. And why is that a bad thing? Because I want him completely dry when I cut his hair. But I've groomed him many times and I know he's not going to dry. So this is going to make him soft when I brush him out. Just put this little conditioner, put him on his tail. Now he's super wet again. All right, so I'm going to start off with a 30 blade and shave the pads of his feet. Still got the fan going on him to help. See all the hair in his feet? It grows in the pads of the feet. That has to be shaved out. See how nice and clean that is? Then I'm going to come back with my little scissors and trim up between the toes. Before I do anything, I'm going to shave the inside of his ears because his hair is so thick and wet, it's just not going to dry. So I need to get, turn around and poke him in the eye. I need to get all of this hair shaved out the best I can, or it's just not going to dry in there. And then the fan will blow on him while I'm grooming him and help dry his ears. By the time I get to his head, it should be almost dry. He's not going to dry completely. He just needs to go outside and run around and dry out there in the sun. But for starters, I'm just going to get this hair out of his ears. Can you see how much hair is in there? Can you see all that hair? It's like a little bit oily and very wet. Ideally, everything should be dry before you cut it, or it's just going to jam your blades up and make your blades dull. But in this case, I don't have a choice. I got to get some of this hair off. It's just going to be big, wet clumps. There we go. I'm going to do the other side now. My neighbor is outside walking her dog. Just thought I'd share that. It's a little, hold on, this is blurry. It's a little Chihuahua and it has 3 legs. It had one of its legs amputated. No, that's not better. Anyway, back to work. Now he's shaking his head since I shaved his ears out. So I'm going to start brushing him out. I'm going to put my mask on. No, I'm not, because I don't know where I put it. Oh well, I'm just going to brush him out. This dog takes forever. He's got a lot of hair, and I don't know if you can tell, but he's pretty hairy. I'm going to get my mat splitter. See, it's like little razors, and that way I don't have to pull on any tangles. It goes right through his hair and kind of cuts through it. It's more gentle, like, than using a comb. You need different things to groom. You don't just use a brush, you don't just use a comb. There's all kinds of things that you can use, like this mat splitter, then a comb. You got to go back and check and make sure it's all separate. Then the brush goes over. It's more gentle. It brushes over the top layer, so it's not pulling so hard on tangles. So you got to use a bunch of different stuff. When I first started grooming dogs, I had a standard poodle. She was a small standard poodle. She was only about 35 pounds, but I couldn't figure out why she kept getting matted. Because I was always brushing with my brush. But even I was a groomer and I didn't know in the beginning, you need a comb and a brush. Because the brush scrapes their skin, so you can't press hard. So you brush with that, and then you come back with a comb, and that way you can press the skin to separate all the hairs. Very complicated. Seriously. That's why most dogs come in matted, or they just always come in to get shaved down, because your average person cannot keep up with brushing. I can't keep up with brushing. I keep my Shih Tzus shaved down. They're a little longer in the winter, but I'm not brushing them. I just shave it. They don't like being brushed anyway. What kind of life is that, to be put on a table and brushed all the time? I'm not doing that to my dogs. Shave them. I shave them every couple months, and then I just let them go, be free, and be dogs. They hate it. They don't like baths. They don't like grooming. People think their dogs like grooming because the dogs let them, but if they were given a choice, they wouldn't be groomed. All right, I'm gonna finish brushing out all of his hair. You can see how thick it is, but it's starting to dry because we have the fan going. So I'll be back when I'm done. All right, I'm still brushing, and I'm gonna thin out his ears. See how thick they are? They're always matted, and they don't dry well. So I'm going to thin out the inside here. Nobody will ever know. Now just help keep it from getting tangled. Can you see that hair? It keeps it from getting tangled. It helps it dry faster. I got to get some of this hair off, see, to help it dry. Honestly, I'm going to shave some of this out. It's just too thick. So I'm going to take out some of this. You'll never see it from the outside. There. See all that? He doesn't need all that hair. See, and it's matted. It's got little mats all in it. I'm going to shave it out. Shave that one out. Because it hurts to brush his ears. I'm not going to sit here and rip all his hair out. I want this to go through easily. So it is. And there's some mats under here. I'm just going to shave them because nobody will ever notice. All right. Some of that hair off, it'll dry easier. I feel another tangle in here. Hold on, hold on, hold on. You go back in with your comb and you can find all the tangles. It'll just break up. Break up. I don't know. It's hard to talk when I'm grooming. I'm going to shut up. just going to shave this out too. There we go. All right, good enough. And now I can finish drying, and I'm going to start his haircut. I've already shaved out his potty area with a 10 blade, and now I'm going to take my 7 blade and just shave out the inside of his back legs. So all that stays clean in there. Not sure if you can see. Come over here. There we go. I'm going to close this curtain. I don't know if it's making a shadow, but there you go. That might be better. Okay. Open it up. Just shave the inside here. So all that stays clean when he's laying down in the dirt. Now, I'm going to get my zero comb. I think I'm going to use a zero comb. What is this? Yeah, I'm going to use a zero comb. I'm going to take some off his back, and then I will just trim up his legs. They don't want him too short, but not too long either. So that's going to take off about a half an inch, maybe a little bit more. He's completely brushed out. He's got his conditioner. He's nice and soft. Look how pretty his hair is. And he's starting to dry really good. Still got the fan going. Do you think he knows what I'm doing? Do you think he knows he's getting a haircut? They let me do it. They must have some idea. Just going straight down with the clipper. Fluff it up so I don't miss any of the scraggly hairs. Make sure his butt is nice and short, because you know they sit down and this whole back end, all their hair gets mashed up and matted back here. So the butts are always better off shorter, in my opinion. All right. I used to have a Cocker Spaniel Shar-Pei mix, because this is a Spaniel, not a Cocker Spaniel, a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. And I had a Cocker Shar-Pei, and her hair was just like this, except it was thinner. It was so pretty. It was thin because it was mixed with Shar-Pei, and of course it was like this because it was a Spaniel. It was just so pretty, and she died when she was 8 years old because of bad incident at the vet that I will not go into. And that has happened quite a few times. All right, so I'm going to comb this all down. Just trim straight along the bottom. Take a little chunk out from the underarm so that doesn't get matted under there. Just trim up the front of her leg. Did I say her? It's a boy. His leg. All right, I'm going to do the same to the other side. I'm going to trim up his back end here. Going to comb it all up and just scissor it straight down. Do the same to this side. Comb it all up and scissor it straight down. Then I'm getting ready to trim up all his feet and cut his nails next. Okay. He's got a big mat under his arm right here. I have to shave out with my 10 blade. Guys, if you take your dog to the groomer and you get home and it looks uneven, very likely it's because you have not been brushing and they had to cut out little mats everywhere. It's possible. Because look, all under here, if the comb doesn't go through it, it's matted. And this comb will find all the mats. See? It won't go through. Oh yeah, there it is. Big old mats in here. Where'd that white hair come from? He's got a white patch on his chest. I was like, is that the same dog? Oh yeah, it's all matted under here. So I'm just going to shave out this whole spot here. It's a very awkward spot. So I'm going to shave it the best I can. I might take out a little extra, but oh well. Let's see. Oh yeah, this whole section is matted. I have a feeling it could be from wearing a harness. A lot of dogs that wear the harnesses, people just leave them on. I mean, I don't know about this guy, but I'm just saying, a lot of dogs just, they have them left on all the time. And then like they're all matted under their arms and on the chest just because it just sits here all the time. I can't be comfortable. All right, I'm going to trim up the feet. All right, moving around to the front. Let me move my clippers out of the way because they can get knocked off very easily, and that's never fun. All right, I got my long scissors and my comb. Okay. Trim up his feet. He's slowly backing up. Hold on. I gotta do it fast or he's gonna try to jump off the table. I'll just do it real fast. All right. Trim that side. Trim that side. Get my little itty bitty scissors. The little pointy scissors. Trim between the toes. This guy is great. He also gets his teeth brushed too. He doesn't mind that either. I like to take the feet pretty short because they track in all the dirt from your yard, all in your house, and all over your couch, and all over your bed. He's pulling away a little bit, so I'm just holding on tight. He wants to back up. All right, got my curve. See, he's backing up. Okay. There we go. Got my curved scissors. Going to just round his foot out. Pull up all the hair between the toes. Get my comb just to fluff it all up. Now I'm cutting his head off. Is that better? Maybe. this. Maybe back it up. There we go. Okay, that's better. I wish I had a cameraman, but actually I don't, because I like to be by myself. There's other groomers on YouTube that have their own cameraman, so they can just do everything and not be bothered with their camera, but I'm not rich like that. All right. Take my comb and pull out all the hairs between his toes. Back and forth. Make sure it's all fluffed up and pulled out. Excuse me. He's pulling away. Yeah, he's listening to the cars drive by. He's being nosy. You see him looking? He's looking at the front door. All right. By the way, these are very cheap scissors. If you know about scissors, they can get really expensive. They can be like $300. These are 20 bucks. They are great. All right, snip, snip, snip off the nails. They're pretty short. I figure he's probably pretty hyper. He probably runs around a lot. Cut the very tips off there and get his dew claw. Excuse me, we're not done. Cut the tip off that. All right, I'm gonna comb it all down just to see how it lays. Excuse me. Almost done with this foot. From the inside here, keep that from getting tangled, because where the underarm, where it rubs all the time, there's always mats under there. Not just him, on all dogs. All right, see how nice and neat and short that foot is? So it stays nice and clean. He's all happy. He thinks he's ready, but he's not, because I still have his head left. But look, he's getting there. Look how pretty he is now. This hair is so shiny. His ears are still a little bit damp. We still have the fan going, but he's getting there. His ears are still a little bit damp just because it's so hairy in here. Trying to be careful. That is probably very sensitive right in there. Okay, let's brush this one. Go tangle in here, of course. I get my thinning shears. Because the thinning shears kind of thin it out. You don't get like such a straight, blunt cut. It blends it in rather than cutting straight across. It's all tangled in here. We're getting there. We're getting there. He's getting his face shaved too. You see all these little scraggly whiskers? Still wet. Jeez. Trying to be careful. All right. Take my zero comb and go over his head. I want to get in the way. There we go. Take out all this hair from around his face. I think any hair that's left is just going to get tangled and dirty and matted. Take all this out. Got a tangle in there. Cut that out. Excuse me. Turn around. Everybody's watching. Turn around. Whoop. All right, even though I use the clippers on him, I still have to go back and scissor everything up, but that just gets the bulk of the hair off. It's never enough. You still have to scissor it all. So, I'm going to trim his ears up, clean his ears, and then just neaten him up the rest of the way, and then he'll be ready to have his teeth brushed. All right, he's just about done. I'm going to get my 7 skip tooth blade and just skim over these scraggly hairs on his front of his chest. So I'm going to take this back off, comb it all out, pull it all out, and use my clipper to skim off the scraggly hairs. You never get them all. There's always some still sticking out, but this is easy to just go back over it real quick. Okay. Lift this up. See how they're sticking out his underarm there? Looks pretty good. Just going to lift his arm up, see if there's any hairs hanging down. That looks good enough to me. Okay, now hook him back up. It makes me so nervous because they will jump off the table like really fast if they're given a chance. You don't know that they're sitting there plotting their next move, and they will jump fast. So some people don't like those, and I don't know why. They don't want the dogs to be safe, but it makes them safe. Okay, what am I doing? I'm going to get my curved scissors and just make sure his head is neat. I think I'm the slowest groomer in the world. I'm so slow. I just want to be careful. Okay, so I'm going to use my chunkers on his head too to help blend it in. Blend it in over his ears. Now that I got all that hair out from underneath, it should dry faster. It's almost dry, but he still has his fan going. Pull that out so I can see whatever's sticking out. I'm going to get my tin blade and shave his face. Make sure this side looks good. I got my comb. I'm just going to pull this hair away from his eyes. Pull it out so I don't have to scrape it with the blade. Pull it out. Leave that off there. Trying to leave his whiskers. He's got whiskers, so I'm going to shave the side of his face here lightly. Okay, do the other side. Turn around. You're on TV. Okay. Just pull his whiskers out and just shave around them. There. Got one little hair sticking out. I'm just going to trim it. When I worked at PetSmart, dogs were so bad. It's like because there was people coming in and out, and they were like, couldn't calm down. They were just too excited. And it's so nice and calm here because there's no distractions. There's no other dogs here. Not that there never is, but right now there's no other dogs here. All right. His face is soaking wet still, and I have spent enough time on this dog. So we are done. I'm just going to wipe that out with the baby wipe and then scissor it a little bit more. It should be fine. Let me get his toothbrush, brush his teeth, and dress him up. It's beef flavored. He likes it. And get his back. They say you don't have to go crazy scrubbing. It just you got to get a little bit on like all of their teeth, and it like has enzymes that eat away the plaque or something like that. You just have to get it on all the teeth. That's what they told me 5 million years ago at PetSmart when we started doing teeth brushing then, and I did not want to brush dogs' teeth. I thought they were going to be bad for it, but they're really good. Not all of them, but most of them. Pull up his lip there and brush them all. Brush the bottom ones. I can't really see, but I can hear it. I can hear that it's brushing. I can hear it. Pull this lip out and get these back ones, these side ones. Can you believe these dogs let me do this? And that back one. All over the front. Good job. And I have breath freshener. Since they can't gargle, get a little spray of this. We got some on this side, and we got some on that side. I'm going to spray him down with a little bit more conditioner, and he knows he's ready because his tail is moving. They know exactly what I'm doing. Hold on, let me get rid of all my stuff here. Got your dog hair all over it. Okay. Can't be too soft. All right, wipe him down, stand up. Look how pretty he is. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm going to get a little water on this. Wipe his face off. He has those goopy wet eyes. They stay wet. It's not like you can blow him in the face with a blow dryer. At least I don't. See his little handle right here? I hold his skin. Okay, I'm going to scissor a little bit more of his eye hairs. See how I'm turning the scissors this direction because they're curved? This direction so it's safe. If I was to turn it around like this, I might, I could poke him like that. All right, good enough. There we go. Okay. All right. See that tail's going. We have a fall bandana, slips over the collar. Yes, that's for you. You want to smell your collar? They love their collar. Yes, that's your collar. He hears the dog outside. That's exciting. I will put it on you. Calm down. Flips over. He could probably use one size up. This is a little small, but I don't have anything cute made in his proper size. So he's going to get a little smaller one, but that's okay. There we go. Turn it around. Excuse me. Turn around. All done. Good job. Say thanks for watching. Bye-bye.